Hello. What do we have here? We have another guitar. Of course, this time it's a Squier Affinity Stratocaster. And it says by Fender. And it's in Torino Red. And this one is dated back from 1996, so it's nearly 30 years old. Now, I saw this for sale on cash converters, but it came with a lovely Fender moulded hard case, and I thought, I want the case, don't want the guitar. But the byproduct is I can do a video about it, and so this is what we're doing. We're doing a video about a very old Stratty type guitar. So, specs. Now I had a look on the internet for specs. It's a little bit, I don't know if how good these specs are, so we're going to have to just bear with me. It says the body is solid hardwood. Doesn't say what hardwood, so have a guess. But it is a full-size Strat body. The neck is maple, and on this one you have got some flaming. Look at that. For a budget guitar, I think that's pretty good. So you get a little bit of flaming on the maple neck. It's a C-shape, 25.5-inch scale length, obviously, and rosewood. Now again, rosewood. In an age of pale ferro and laurel, it's nice to have a rosewood fretboard. And yeah, it's got 22 frets, 9.5-inch radius, pearloid dots, and these are reflective. Look, these are lovely, kind of, again, they're not the flat white ones, they're pearloid, so they catch the light a bit. It doesn't have a skunk stripe. This one's missing a skunk stripe, so it's like one of those old-fashioned necks that you used to get. The headstock is described as small. It's not got one of those fat 70s headstocks. The tuners are kind of standard tuners. It has 3 ceramic single-coil pickups in the bridge, middle and the neck, with the usual controls, volume and 2 tones, 5-way selector switch, which is nice and solid. You have a 6-screw synchronous bridge with tremolo arm, a single-ply white scratch plate, which again, I'm used to at least 3-ply, aren't we? At least a 3-ply, and like I said, it comes in Torino Red, and yeah, that is the instrument. And it's surprising because the quality of it is surprising. The Affinity range is, you know, one step up from, I guess Bullet is the lowest, and the Affinity, and then it's whatever. So again, I don't know what it would have back in '96. It might have been something different, but you get me drift. These would have been budget guitars, but you kind of realise that when you look at the quality of these necks and the frets, and even the dots are pearloid, not flat white, pearloid, so they catch the light. You don't get that quality these days. But anyway, rosewood neck, 9.5 fingerboard radius, 22 frets, pearloid dots. It has two string trees on the headstock there again, which is something you don't see. These are like the modern tuners, not the classic tuners where you feed it through. So, and again, they're all right. I mean, you know, they're not too bad for the age. They're not. You know, they don't need replacement. This is in remarkably good nick, considering it is a guitar that's nearly how many years old? How many years old? 30? Is it 30 years old? Blimey, 29 years. It's in surprisingly good nick. But yeah, you've got three single coil. They describe them as ceramic pickups. You've got it's a single scratch plate. It's not got multi binding or anything, so that's pretty plain. Knobs are all, you know, standard knobs. Got a tremolo, a 6-point tremolo there, and other than that, it does all the Stratty stuff you want. It's got, you know, master tone, volume, and master volume and the two tones and everything. So there's not a lot else to say about it other than I am surprised how good these are. You know, when you play some of the Squiers and even some of the Fenders that you get today, this would have been a budget guitar, and I think this is perfectly passable. Especially, I've got it listed for very, very cheap because I wanted the case, not the guitar, and I went out the door. So again, for a first guitar, or even if you just want a Stratty kind of instrument, it makes the noises. 5-way pickup selector, as you'd expect, and these pickups, despite being Squier ceramic pickups, are incredibly bright, incredibly Stratty, plucky, quacky, whatever you want to describe it. So it does all the noises. It does all those Strat noises that you expect it to do. And frankly, yeah, I was surprised by the quality of it. Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it would have been a lower budget instrument, but just the quality of the neck alone. Again, a lot of people complain about Chinese instruments, but I always think that they are, you know, they do come out quite surprising sometimes. And it's just a shame that the red, the red colour is not coming up on the camera here, because it is really lovely red colour. Torino Red is described as here. So yeah, Torino Red from '96. Not bad, is it? Not bad. So yeah, what else can I say about it? There's not a lot I can say, because for the money, it's really good. You can't grumble. And you know, nowadays, you know, that would have been nowadays you get Laurel or like I say, Pal Ferro on Fender. They are moving way back to rosewood again. You know, I mean, even just, it's just, it feels a lot higher spec than it should be. Yeah, you know, there's a little bit, the carving on the back of the neck there is a bit nondescript, you know. It's a bit nondescript here. And, you know, it's not, there's no, yeah, I mean, it's a lacquer finish, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's overly lacquered. You know, like some, it's not glossy, if you know what I mean. It's not that kind of glassy glossiness that you get. But other than that, I mean, it's a fair weight. It's quite heavy. It sustains really well, which I think is good. Yeah, I mean, the next person needs to probably put some lubrication on the nut, because there was a little issue with the tuning stability. But new set of strings, which I haven't done because I'm setting it on, and a little bit of lube on the bridge and the nut would help there. other than that, there's not a lot that you needed to do with this, because the truss rod needed tightening, which I've done. So it's got quite a, feels quite comfortable to play. Again, I'm amazed how good it is for how old it is, because again, there's no knocks out of it, no chinks or blemishes or knocks. It's in really good nick, and it plays well for what it is. Sometimes you don't knock the old stuff, even if it's a Squier. This is it. I think again we should be a bit more forgiving towards Squiers, especially if you're on a budget. And yeah, I mean, the only thing is I'd replace the tuners, because I don't like those style tuners. I like the ones where you feed the string in. I always find those a little bit more stable when it comes to tuning. But other than that, whoever gets this has got a bargain, because it's a really nice guitar. That's the video. An amazing budget guitar bay. And I've got a nice Fender case out of it, which I'll put a Fender in rather than Squier. You don't put a Squier in a Fender case, do you? That's kind of sacrilegious, isn't it? Isn't that sacrilegious? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Wonderful. If you haven't, I'm sorry. There'll be a better one along in a minute in the suggestions, unless it's another one of mine, and I apologise for that. So that's it. That's me talking about the Squier Affinity Strat in Torino Red from 1996, and an absolute corker from Cash's. Whoever had this either really took good care of it or didn't play it. It just stayed in its case for 30 years. Seriously, that's what it was like when I got it out. I mean, yeah, there needs to be a bit more of a deep clean up, because I've noticed there's some gunk near the pickups, but I cleaned it as much as I wanted to do to sell it. Anyway, thank you for watching. So one more thing of saying that is ta-ta.